Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fisner. How you doing, guys?
Hello. So,
before we will start, and before I'll tell you about the Sony, that's the first time this printer is 3D printing. As you can see, Photon 4. Sorry for the loud noises if you had any. I'll be putting back this mic just now, so you'll have even more. So sorry for that, just bear it in mind. I'll try to be quiet as possible. Okay. So, yeah, for those who it's disturbing, I want to build an additional mic and use it. Get capsule, beautiful professional capsule. I can build a really cool mic out of it, and it will be mounted so that I won't touch it. So then when I move in the camera, it doesn't give any noises. And my second plan is to have as well wireless mic, but that's later. So yeah, I need to think of a preamp for this capsule, for the mic capsule, because that's a big capsule. Need a big preamp before it will go to the computer. So okay, back to business. As we see, that's nearly finished. That's a demo or some file which was over there on the printer. But let's go back, because I know I'm wasting your time now, almost 2 minutes. So we're talking about Sony TV, this one. So what it is with it, customer had brought it in for diagnosis, and I said, look, probably, just probably, well, there is an issue with the power, so it's no power. From time to time, when it's left for an extended period of time out of mains, completely disconnected, you can get either fully loaded Android or just on the Android logo, and it will freeze. That's it. There is no 6 blinks for the backlight issue, nothing. So I said to the customer, let me test it. I've disconnected, I'll pause and I'll show you what I've disconnected. Okay, so I've disconnected this thingy here, this, don't know where can I show to, oh yeah, here, this one, which goes to the driver board for the LEDs, and those are connector to the LEDs, yes, these ones, 3 rows. Here comes power, here comes signal, and that goes to supply power in the 3 sections. That's a main board, yes. Now, when I'm disconnecting it, I've got a backlight, but I've got no picture. When I'm connecting it, TV doesn't want to turn on. What would you think? I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, there is an issue with this backlight. I took it apart, and I've started with 3 volts per LED to supply from my bench power supply. 0 amps, 3 volts didn't drop. I'm saying, 6 volts. Okay, well, I was expecting pretty much 6 volts, no problem, nothing new. I raised it to 6 volts, 0 amps, no blink whatsoever. So I said, well, I went so far, I've tested several and still the same, so what can be, I'm saying, I'll risk it, and I will gently try to reach a higher level. I tested 8 volts, nothing. I'm saying 10 volts for a diode. Well, it's Sony, it's different, who knows, It started to give me a light at 10 volts. I've tested most of them were given. Fine, okay. But the amps, there was like, my bench power supply didn't show any amps. I didn't connect it with my meter into the series with an amp meter. Yes, I didn't. I could do it, I know I could do it, but I didn't do it for one and only reason. One of the diodes was dead. Didn't light up. So I said, to my customer, because that's the part which I a bit changed. So I said that I will need to open it just to see if that's maybe some issues with the backlight, and I won't be doing it because I will spend about 2 hours on opening it, closing it, diagnosing and everything, yes, just to see if the backlight is faulty. If so, we can then order it, but only from China. You can't get it from the UK. Excuse me. So I did order it. Sorry, I did. It's nearly 11 p.m. and I just finished my work. I said, look, I won't be doing it. I won't be doing it because in total I might spend 5 or more hours. Then I have to charge you £150 for the labor and plus the parts, and if there will be anything else, I'll have to charge you minimum rate for repair attempt fee, because I'll spend so many hours, at least £60, at least 2 hours, if it won't be fixable. So I said, well, I don't have good news about it, yes, because it's high risk. It's not some common job which I'm doing, and I don't see 6 blinks for the backlight, so I don't know. I don't know. I can just guess or just say a no fix, yes, because what else I can do? I don't have so much time. And I said, if you wanna take it apart, check those diodes, I'll explain you how to do it. You'll do it at home or do it here, and I'll be only giving you advice at the places where you stuck. So customer did check it. Customer did open the telly. Customer did most of the work. I was just here and there, but I was doing other stuff here on this desk, yes. So doesn't matter what I did. It's fine. So then customer have opened it. I've showed customer how to check these diodes. I've tested first ones. That's how I know I went to the 10 volts, because that's me who figured it out. And that surprised me. Sony TV can have 10 volts on the diodes. I don't know, is it a common thing or uncommon thing? How you should properly drive those LEDs? I don't believe there is some frequency involved in that. I don't know. Looks like a regular diodes to me, so that's surprising. If somebody has an answer for those. It's a full backlight Sony TV. Excuse me, as I'm just super tired. I haven't finished hi-fi. It's waiting on me. Well, I've started. I've replaced TDA, but didn't help. So yeah, I'm thinking about this Sony, what to do, and customer said I can do whatever I want with this telly. He's seen how much work it is. He does know I'm not cheating or anything. So he said I can keep it for spares or whatever I want to do with it. So I said I would risk and order those diodes from China. Or what I could do, if I would have plenty of time, I could just order diodes on their own, not as a full set of backlight, but I would just order diodes and solder them. But it's a lot of time, to be true. and I don't have that time, so I think I'll risk about 40-ish pounds. I'll order those diodes and I'll risk it, open it, and hope for the best. I do believe there might be some other issue to be true. That's why I wanted to test the display and I didn't. That's why this TV is not finished yet. That's why it's still open. Because I think I'll use my tester if I've got a connector for the LEDs. For this display. For my tester, display tester. Excuse me. If I can make sure that the display is fine, but I see that sometimes it's opening itself properly, like loading up, yes, so I would say the display is fine. So the question is it the fault of the main board? But then again, if I'm disconnecting that cable, so is it the fault of that board or only the fault of the backlight? And why those diodes didn't show any current consumption during the load from my bench power supply, which displays volts and which displays amperes? No common sense in this Sony TV, to be true. That's why I want to risk those backlights, full set of backlight, and then we will know if we have to have always 6 blinks for the backlight issue, or there are cases where there can be a backlight issue and yet no 6 diodes blinking. Because if that's the case, I've got 1 and 2, I've got 2 TVs with weird faults, and I might be wrong that these faults are... No, I replaced main board and it was still the same. So only the driver for the LEDs or the LEDs could be the culprit, because if not, would be power supply. But power supply delivers the current, well, the voltage which I've seen should deliver. So I wouldn't say it's a power supply. It should be either the board from driving these LEDs, or would have to be main board. Like a common sense. What else can you have here? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just, I'm in the middle of nowhere at the moment. I've got 3rd donated Sony TV. 3rd. That's a bit too much. I've got Samsungs, and I know why Samsungs came here, and I know why Samsungs are faulty, and I don't like Samsung. Believe me, I'd rather have LG than Sony, Vestel TVs or Samsungs. Yes, I just don't like Samsung. Maybe you love Samsung, I don't. Yes, I'm not saying it's a super bad TV, I'm just saying I don't like them. Maybe I fixed too many of them, I don't know. Maybe because I fixed so many of them, I've seen so many unfixable for me at the present moment of the fix. I don't know. But I think that's it in this video, guys. And if somebody have any idea, is it proper over 10 volts? Because at 10.70 it started to lit up like significantly. At 10 it was just dimmed light from the LED. So I don't know what's the proper voltage of these LEDs, but I need to find out. Second foremost is what can be the culprit of this fault, or how to test to make sure that we understand the fault, because at the moment I'm guessing, and I hate guessing. And I've got 3 Sony TVs at home which act in a quite similar way, I would say, at least 2 of them, yes? So risk it for a biscuit, yes? Just let's get on with it. I've got photos from my customers, so I will go and proceed and order the backlight. If I can't order the backlight, I will have to solder diodes, and there's plenty of these diodes. So if I would have specification of those diodes, maybe I could create I think I would test all of them then for the consumption, amps and volts, and then create a profile, which diodes are good, which ones are bad, and those which are bad I would just replace them. This way would allow me enough time, because I would have all of the diodes consuming enough volts and amps, the proper amount, and in that case that should drive it properly, yes? And then that would answer us if it's a problem with the backlight and now is fully working telly, or there is still some issue. If there is still some issue, we know it's not a backlight fault. That's how I see it. The question is what others think, smarter than me, because I'm no expert with Sony TVs. I fix all the electronics. Whatever I'm thrown at, I'm doing it. Today I was fixing remote desktop connection to the VPS, virtual private server, yes? So RDP, remote desktop protocol, and RDC, remote desktop connection, yes? So, and I've done it in several minutes. So, you know, I just fix everything, whatever is IT or electronics, yes, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to the Sony TVs, they look a bit like Samsung's. I dislike them. Anyways, before we will disconnect, I want to show you the capsule closer. You see that that's the capsule. That's the beauty, I would say, yes? It's looking really lovely. And I can't wait when I'll do my DIY microphone. Guys, I'm super tired. I'm going to sleep. Come on, give me a break, yes? And yes, you might be asking, so why you're taking 16 minutes or 17 minutes to tell us that, yes? Anyways, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If you have answers to my questions, I'm thanking you at the moment. Here's likes to those who liked the video. And guys, see you in the next one. If possible, let's fix them all. Take care. Yo, bye.